Welcome to Backyard Plinking. My name is Charles. I'll be your host as we explore everything BB and pellet related. Air pistols, air rifles, targets, and ammo. Before we get started, a small little history lesson about Daisy. Back in about 1870, there's a gentleman, his last name was Hamilton. I'm getting old, my memory don't work very well anymore. Anyway, he was a watchmaker and stuff like that, and in his spare time, he liked to experiment with springs and tensions and, all things of that nature. Well, he started a company. It was actually a windmill company. Somewhere around 1880, somewhere along in there, they moved it to Plymouth, Michigan. They made windmills to power farm equipment, to power pumps and things like that. I mean, you got to remember, this is early parts of the Industrial Revolution. Somewhere around 1888, they had a board meeting and decided, hey, look, the company's not doing so great. Maybe we need to shut it down. Missed by one vote. And it wasn't his. It was actually a manager, a plant manager, that said, no, I think we can keep going. This Hamilton fella also was part of another company right down the street. They made wooden air rifles. So he made a design, took it back to the windmill company, said, look, you guys have forges, you can stamp stuff, you can, make all kinds of ironworks. I want a steel BB gun air rifle. So they made one. And even today, it's still the same basic air rifle. In their infinite wisdom, they decided to give everybody that bought a windmill an air rifle. Believe it or not, that was probably one of the best things they did. There was such a high demand for the air rifles from the farmers telling his buddy, hey, look what I got, and it just took off. And it finally got to the point there was like, we're not making any money making windmills, we're going to make air rifles. They actually bought out another company in 1912. I think Markham air rifle was their only competition that was in there. They took them over. And the rest is, well, kind of history. Back in the 50s, they moved everything from Michigan into Rogers, Arkansas. And they're still there, making the same air rifles, the same basic design inside and out. If it's not broke, don't fix it. End of the history lesson. Today we have from Daisy their Powerline. They call it the 800 series now. This is the same pump air rifle. As a matter of fact, I still have the same one that I got when I was, 40 years ago. It's in a shed. It's at my mom and dad's house. It will take BBs that you just pour into there, or pellets in the side. Any of you guys that had one of these, we get out there and you pump and you say, I'm going to put 100 pumps on it and it's going to be stronger. No. After about, what we didn't know, after about 10 pumps, there's a little relief valve that's in there that starts letting some of the pressure off. So after about 10 pumps, that's it, you're done. This thing comes in a kit, in a box. You get the rifle, stack of shatterblast discs, 2 holders, precision flat nose pellets, BBs, 750 in here and 500 in here. You also get a 4x15 scope that you can mount onto here, but old school iron sight guy, and a pair of safety glasses. Very important. Always remember safety. I have prescription safety glasses. Thank you very much. Guess you could be cool with these though, huh? Kind of Buck Rogers in the 21st century thing, right? That's an old reference. Anyway, let's take a couple of shots with this thing because it just brings back some great old memories. The difference now is I'm a lot older, my hands are a lot bigger, and it's a lot harder to get the pellet into the slot without it turning upside down. Still got to click safety on it. Eight, 9, 10. Come on, guys. Really. So, let's see if it's got a little to it. Yep. Any projectile, when it leaves a barrel, and these now are actually, it says right on here that it is a rifled barrel. I know for a fact that the one that I had 40 years ago that I still have didn't have the riflings in the barrel, which the barrel that you see here is not actually what the projectile is traveling out of. Inside of there is a smaller tube. Alright, this is just to support, just keep you from tearing that one all to pieces. But any projectile is measured basically in feet per second as far as the weight times the mass. That's how you figure how fast the thing is traveling. This one says we're somewhere around 800 feet per second. To give you an example, a couple of the crossmans that you've seen me shoot, the Vigilante, the Iceman, stuff like that, the T4, there's somewhere it says 450. It's not worth trying to shoot them through a chrono to find out exactly what's going on. We're just having a good time in the backyard, but just to give you an idea. However, you guys have seen me shoot a card to try to cut it in half. A lot of the problem with that is the velocity of the projectile. It just doesn't have enough, what's the new kid word for it? Well, I just get Snoop Dogg going. It ain't got enough shizzle to get through there. We're stepping up a little bit. Maybe. We'll try that later. Anyway, this thing brings back so many great memories. Being a kid, growing up and running out through the field. I mean, I hate it for you if you were landlocked in some kind of a city situation and didn't have a chance to enjoy stuff like this. Now's your chance. You can still do it. Let's try that shatter blast. Going so fast it just went right through the center of it. It didn't even shatter. We might have us a card killer right here. Anyway, Daisy, Powerline, the 800 series. It's kind of hard to miss. Like I said, it comes in a kit. It's got a lot of different little things that come with it. That'll make your experience about, getting outside, being in the backyard, enjoying yourself, having a good time. It's what it's all about. And the best I remember, I think this thing was only around the $59 mark. It's fairly cheap. We're going to do something special with this, Yeah, I know. You see that right there? We got special plans for this baby. But Till next time, my name is Charles. It's been Backyard Plinking. God, I love this thing.